What's up YouTube, this is FJ and today I'm excited to bring you another video. As you probably saw from the thumbnail, there was a bit of hype regarding these shoes. I've been seeing them for months. First images I saw of them really caught my eye, and I knew that when they were finally released I was going to try to get my hands on them. But of course, once they finally dropped, definitely not within my price point, but I knew I still wanted them. So the next best thing I guess would be replicas or knockoffs, if you will. So when I first saw these shoes, it was like a tweet about it, and this was the image that I saw, and something about the profile of this shoe just really shouted out towards me. It's something that you don't normally see. I like that it stretches the imagination of like a concept shoe. A lot of cool accents with curves and detailing. I would see this colorway shortly after that, which I thought was a bit too loud even for me, and this was another colorway too that I thought was pretty cool. The shoe speaks for itself. I don't necessarily think the colors need to be so loud on a shoe like this. When they came out with this super neon colorway, I was not a fan of that. And even with the all black, I just felt too that it was a little too dark. It wasn't accenting the details that they put in the shoe very well, so I wouldn't necessarily go for the all black. But yes, guys, I'm talking about the Balmain Unicorn, the unicorn shoes. And you can see that here, guys, on their website. These retail anywhere between 1,750 Canadian dollars, and then they've dropped some new colorways and designs. Goes up to $18.95. This one's $19.95. Like I said, not a huge fan of the all black. The all white, I think for a shoe like this, it's gonna attract a lot of scuffs and marks, so I didn't want to go with the all white. Too loud, I think, with the extra detail of the pattern. Black and red could have been cool, but I'm not necessarily a fan of the fact that the red on the upper and the red on the outsole, I guess that's orange on the outsole, don't really match. This one we'll get back to, of course. And multicolor, this one's not bad actually. The more I look at it, it's a cool look. I think if the tongue here was black, I would have liked it more. I also wanted to be able to wear more with black socks rather than white socks for something like this. They got some new colors here with black and yellow, and this is the original one that I saw, but it's a little bit more of like an ivory cream color rather than this black transition to white colorway. Okay guys, so these were very expensive. Reminds me of this. People would say they're shaped like a boat, but more so I think it's like a jet ski or a sea-doo. I found them on AliExpress. They're not that hard, but then again, they wasn't that easy to find because AliExpress can't market these as the original name, Balmain or Balmain unicorn shoes. You can't have any kind of tags like that because they know they're replicas. They're not selling authentic original shoes. They're usually called, yeah, men's casual designer running shoes, women gym luxury high top. Every keyword that you can think of, like you would find in Amazon. One of the tricks you see that range here in price ranges from US $18.18 all the way up to $127.46 because he places these cheap, I guess you'll call them Techwear cosmetic shoes for the $18.18 price point, and then the rest of the unicorn replicas are $127.46. He's used some of the images that we've seen on, I think, Twitter or the hypebeast kind of websites announcing these shoes in his ads. And then he has these two images which appear to be the actual stock that he actually has a hold of. You can see here it doesn't have the branding on the tongue, it doesn't say the branding on that image, and these two, it looks as if like it was photoshopped out. Balmain logo would have been here. It still has the lion's head though on the front accent. Doesn't have any photos of the bottom of the shoe, and then we'll get into that. To match with these shoes, I felt like this was a good opportunity to put like a full ensemble outfit together, like this AliExpress Techwear outfit. So I was able to find this hot seller of a hoodie for $22 US. That's what I'm wearing right now. And I paired that up with these jogger cargo pants. The shoes arrived today in this bubble wrap envelope. Each shoe came inside this cloth bag, and inside the shoe itself had these foam inserts to maintain the structure of the toe box. But guys, here are the shoes. Alright, so let's hold that up. Like so. First thing I noticed when I picked up the envelope, or when I picked up the parcel, was how heavy they are. Outsole like this, definitely there's a lot of hard rubber. It's got some heft to it, it's got some weight. I will admit, guys, I have not actually seen an authentic pair of these from the Balmain store. I should go to Yorkdale Mall and check them out myself. I will eventually do that just to compare really like materials and heft, maybe some detailing. I don't think I'd feel comfortable enough to wear these shoes to the store to make those comparisons. I don't think they'd be a fan of that, but at some point I do want to get my hands on a legit pair and compare. For the price point, you'd think for a replica that I obviously did not know how good the quality would be. It's risky, but this was for YouTube. That's why I did this video. So for 127 US dollars plus almost $11 US for shipping, this comes to about 139 US dollars. Conversion to Canadian, it's about 170, 180 Canadian dollars. That's a lot for a replica. I understand in a sense though why the price point is that high at this time, because the shoe just released officially in April. There's not a lot of people rocking these shoes in public right now, so they're a bit in the hypebeast culture right now. I know based on like the comments and even showing my friends that you either love these or you absolutely hate them. And a lot of my friends absolutely hate them. I think everyone that I've shown aren't a fan of these shoes, but I absolutely love them. It's a very niche, kind of small population of people who are really gonna love these. Again, retails around $1,800 to $2,000 Canadian, so getting a replica for about 10% of that price kind of makes sense, because it was around 170, 180 Canadian dollars after conversion. So for a replica, not bad. As you can see here, guys, immediately right off the bat, look at the branding, Balmain. I did not know that was gonna be there because, again, the photos didn't show. They didn't share any actual photos of the product before purchasing, but I went ahead and did that for you guys so you can see. Also on the back there, it's another spelling, B-L-M-A-I-O-N, Balmain. On the actual rope, it says Balmain, or Balmain. So that's correct. This, where it says pairs underneath, should say Paris. It should say Balmain Paris, and instead it says BLMAION pairs. This is the only correct branding on the actual shoe. There should be an additional branding here based on the Balmain photos, and on the outsole, each one of these individual circles should have the B logo on them, the Balmain logo on them. And also there would be branding there as well written on the outsole. So for comparison's sake, you know, the colors are correct in placement. I think the gloss of this material, it's a lot more glossy, or could have just been the lighting on their website, but you can see there's additional branding here that's missing from this AliExpress shoe. Let's go to the next photo. The authentic pair is more of an ivory or eggshell white, off-white if you will, and even these, like, I guess lace cords, they're more of like a cream off-white, but the ones that came with this shoe are like a transparent white. Almost like if you buy replacement glue sticks for your glue gun, that's the color of these guys. So you do have the lion there. The interior has a Balmain insole. This does not. It's just a plain white. At the bottom, as I mentioned, there is branding here on the outsole, but it's missing from this shoe. I don't know if you can see that, guys, but each one of these circles does have the Balmain B logo on the circles. These do not. But overall shape is really good. The back of the shoe, Balmain Paris. The only thing I'm not really a fan of is how they chose to style these unicorn shoes. The guy's wearing like a comforter that's like 10 times the size that it should be. He looks like he's in a futuristic spaceship here behind him, or maybe that's like the Metro in the future. I just don't think this is the way you should rock this shoe, and I'll show you why after. Here's another outfit that I don't agree with that loud colorway. Yeah, not a huge fan of that. I think this is more of a Techwear look shoe. So just to talk about the upper, guys, this is a pretty plush feeling tongue. It's actually quite nice and soft to the touch. I had a feeling this heel cup was going to be a little bit more plush, but it's got some padding in there inside for comfort. These side panels, they move. They're a stretchy kind of rubber around a plush sock liner. The bottom outsole is the heavy block of rubber. Even this portion, I guess you would call this the midsole, just as hard as the outsole, maybe slightly softer, but I wouldn't even call it a cushion system. Maybe just for the durability of the shoe. I want to go down to the top view. So you can see there, guys, there's like a lining on the heel, pretty soft to the touch. It's comfortable in the shoe. Is it a comfortable shoe? I wouldn't say that. Like, I wouldn't walk a long distance with these shoes. I wouldn't dance, you know, do like a hip-hop number with these shoes or anything that's like athletic based. These are definitely cosmetic purposes. Even if you wanted to use it for like costume purposes, I would see this working well with a costume, anime, Techwear, hip-hop kind of a look. It matches, I think, very well. Inside the shoe, I would say that there was a little bit of deformity in the toe box. There's like some cardboard that's holding the shape of this toe box. I wouldn't say it's like caved in on itself, but it does feel like there's some hard shell around this softer fabric on the top for the look, and I don't think it needs to be there. It seems to be lined with something a little bit more rigid in order to keep that shape. If it was just the fabric, it might like slump downward, and that's probably why they use a more stiff material to keep its shape. Just to show you guys the insole, I'll pull that out. There's some bumps here, grip for your sock or comfort, smooth on the heel side, and then the bottom, a relatively thin, maybe 2-3 millimeter blue foam. It is soft. It is plush. You get some squeeze in there too. I may choose to change to a thicker Merrell outsole. I bought a bunch of Merrell outsoles on clearance just to like replace for shoes that I didn't think were that comfortable. For example, guys, I bought these replica Yeezys a long time ago. And these are the Merrell insoles that I have replaced the originals that came with these Yeezys for more comfort and actual usability. Like, these are awesome if you can get your hands on these Merrell insoles. They serve really well inside these shoes. Another pair are these Yeezys. Here's another Merrell. But for now, these aren't bad. They don't resemble the ones that come with the authentic purchase. Balmain, those are a black interior insole with branding. Do I really care about that? No. So you might be wondering why I would choose to buy these replicas. On top of wanting to make this video for you guys and hopefully making one of the first replica videos for Balmain unicorns on YouTube. Again, I said I love the profile and outline of the shoe. I would rock these shoes. I would. With this outfit that I purchased from AliExpress, I think these shoes would go really well with a Techwear hip-hop outfit. I still think 170 Canadian dollars is a lot for a fully, form over function cosmetic shoe. I wouldn't play basketball in these, I wouldn't run in these, I wouldn't use this for any athletic performance purposes. But for a costume shoe, it kind of makes sense why it's that price point. There's still a lot of materials used. There's still a lot of workmanship in terms of even just the artistic design in the shoe. Let's say if you were into cosplay and you were making a footwear piece for your cosplay, in terms of materials and attention to detail and like something that will function as an actual shoe for cosplay purposes, yeah, it would probably cost you around that much in terms of materials and workmanship. I didn't purchase replicas to try and pretend that they were real. Anytime anyone asks me about the Yeezys, if they were real or fake, I'll always say, yeah, they're not real, they're fake. I'll still rock them in public, just like these. Maybe not so often, because this isn't a style that I would wear all the time. And if anyone asks me, oh, are those real? I'd say no. I would not try to be pretentious and portray these as real when I know they're fake. What I'm actually leaning towards doing is taking a black Sharpie and I'm gonna color that in so it's less apparent. I don't want to draw attention to the fact that that's a huge spelling error. Come to think of it, this kind of reminds me of Shaq basketball shoes. Let's see. It's kind of shaped like a center's basketball shoe, more so like the one I'm clicking here. These are the actual pair that I received today. There's some on-feet images. Here's a close-up of the spelling errors. And what's the funny part is this is BLMAION and this is BLMIAN. Two different misspellings of the branding on this shoe, which I think is hilarious. Some workmanship issues with the glue or some staining here that I noticed on the tongue. None of these spots under the shoe have the B Balmain logo. And here's that deformity I was talking about, guys, on the toe box. This is the other shoe. Again, there's a little bit of that deformity. Here's both the shoes. You can see what I meant about the glue, the differences in this Balmain logo on this rope. And this one you could see it's not black on the background of the letters. Just some inconsistencies with the pair. That's just me rocking the whole outfit. So this is what I'm wearing now. It'll take some time to talk about to the hoodie and the pants. These are hot sellers right now on AliExpress. I actually just wanted this hoodie more for snowboarding in like not so cold weather, if it was like spring session or maybe fall session. This is very thin. This was probably a little water resistant. I wouldn't call it waterproof. Over time it'll probably soak. Switch to this. So they are separate pockets inside. I wish this giant flap covered an actual pocket. That would just add a little bit more functionality to this hoodie. HBBR for branding. The off-world turn, you can see there in text. Pull tab here, but these sleeves are not actually removable. You cannot remove this for a shirt. Tamers, we are not as fast as others, but we have strong power. BHBR, the low speed, high torque car with a simple and clear goal. Does it actually mean anything? Probably not. Zipper, even the lining on these zippers are water resistant. Some loose threads here and there inside and on the exterior. The stitching is okay. Single stitching around the cuffs. That's one thing I pay attention to a lot. Is it double stitched? Is it single stitched? It's got drawstrings here for the hood, and it also has drawstrings for the bottom. I wish it was a little bit longer, but I'm pretty happy. Guys, I went with an extra large. This is Asian sizing, and I did want a bit of an oversize. And same with the pants. The pants are also extra large. I think this outfit goes well together. It makes sense more to me fashion-wise that these shoes be matched with something like this. Here, I just wanted to show you guys the on feet, the way they look with the full outfit. It gives me 2 extra inches of height. Can't complain about that. I'm 5'7", so with these shoes, I'm closer to 5'9". Here, I'm featuring the pockets on the hoodie, and then unzipping the neck. Allows you to breathe a lot better. It's pretty cool. It's getting a little warm in this, so it does hold warmth. Not the most breathable, but it's made more so for cold weather. Here I'm showing the cargo pockets that you do have some utility there, and then a big pocket on the left leg. No zipper, no back pocket on the right. None of the pockets have any like Velcro for security to close them down. It's just the flap. And there's the hood. I want to show you guys too on feet. When you roll onto the toe on these shoes, I think that's why they decided to lift up the toe, is because when you go on the toes of your shoes, your toe box bends and it would probably deform that. So by making it more of a boat shape, here I'm just having some fun, guys, showing you how it lends itself for more of that hip-hop dancer look. But because of this lifted up toe, you're less likely to deform that toe box when you lean forward. Your foot can't bend in that scenario with this curved toe box. So as you can see there too, earlier I was able to glide and do some moonwalks because it's a smooth surface on the shoe. It's actually not bad for dancing in terms of like grip, but it's heavy. So I don't think it's necessarily practical to use this more for a performance dancing shoe. But as you can see there, I can still move around in them. I can still do a top rock. I don't think I would b-boy or do any footwork or shuffles with these. They're just so big and clunky. I feel like I'd probably knock them off my feet while I'm doing that. There you go, guys. Just how it looks on feet with the full Techwear kind of outfit. You have to be careful climbing the stairs with that lifted toe. It's solid platforms though for coming down. Am I happy with them? I am. I'd be proud to wear these outdoor in public, and I'm sure it's gonna be a conversation starter for people who've not seen them before. For other people, they might just think, those are hideous, why would he wear anything like that out in public? Do I care? No. I don't mind what kind of feedback I might get from haters on this too. There's probably gonna be a select population of us who are in love with this shoe, and that's probably why you're watching this video right now, because you love the profile of this shoe. Less than 200 bucks versus spending $2,000. Yeah, I'll take them. The store that I purchased this from on AliExpress, Sinbine official store. Pretty good. 26 reviews. I'm not sure if all of these reviews are authentic or legit. There appear to be some other users here who've purchased the all black. Another person purchased all blacks as well. I'm not sure why people like the all blacks so much. I just feel they kind of take away from the shoe. I wanted a black outsole for stain purposes. These white panels here are lifted, so they're not gonna make contact with the ground as much. Same with here. The parts that make contact with the ground are these large black rubber surfaces. So someone else here bought the cream with the yellow black. I think they look pretty cool too. So here are some other sellers as well. I feel like these look a lot more plasticky. You can see too that it's missing the lion on the front flap. This is a new seller that I haven't seen yet. See, no sales option, maybe to get a different colorway if I want to try another colorway. That says Balmain, B-A-M-L-I-A-N. It's a different spelling error than the one I have. This is also B-A-M-L-I-A-N. It has the lion on the front. I'm curious. I'm a little curious. Maybe. And if I can, then I'll make another video at that point, guys, and I'll see if I can get this colorway. No detailing on the lion, no branding. Looks similar though, you know. I feel like they're probably getting these molds all from the same source. It wouldn't surprise me if Balmain themselves actually manufacture these in China and then ship them off to Paris and the other stores around the world. More of the new colorways on here. $70 US for this one. No lion, no branding. Could have been photoshopped. I'll have the links in the description for these stores if you want to check them out. Looks like a boat, a yacht, jet ski, Sea-Doo, mixed with a Shaquille O'Neal basketball shoe, all in one. And these lace stays, I'm gonna call them, or lace loops, lace cords, they remind me of the Prestos, kind of like a rubber material that holds the laces together. Is there much function on it on this shoe? Probably not. Pulling on this, they're, I guess, a little bit stretchy. These laces are also stretchy, but you don't really need to tighten the shoe to keep it on your foot once you have it on. The inner sock liner booty kind of holds your foot in place. But with the added weight of the outsole and how heavy the shoe is, I guess this gives you a bit more security if you want to tie it tighter. I like generally to have the laces loose so that I can slide my foot in easily. I regularly wear US size 8 in men's, European sizing of 41, and I ordered size 41 for these shoes. Lengthwise, they do feel fine in terms of length, although I will say that the toe box felt a little bit narrow for me. I wouldn't say I have wide feet, just a little bit wider than average, so sometimes I do size up to an 8.5 or a 9 in some more narrower designs for Adidas, let's say. For this pair, I would say I am okay with the 41. I would suggest going true to size with these if you know your European size normally. Comfort wise, you don't really feel the cushion of that insole very much. It's a pretty thin foam. It's not terrible on the feet. It does have a clunky feel when you're wearing them. When you're stepping around, it feels like a relatively heavy platform shoe. So keep that in mind. Anyways guys, thank you so much for watching the video. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them down below. Let me know if you are a fan of this profile, of this look. Let me know if you hate them. If you're interested, check out the description for the links if you want to purchase some replicas at a lower price. If you want to support the channel, if you like the content, please click like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you know when the next video comes out. If this video does so well enough, I'm able to purchase real Balmain unicorn shoes from the actual Balmain store. That would be dope, so then I can do a side-by-side comparison of replicas with the real authentic pairs. I'd greatly appreciate you guys if you want to help me out with that. But until then, thanks for watching guys. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out. Thanks so much guys. Take care.